All right. We have just gone over what a contact is, a two-way conversation. So it has to be reciprocal. You can't just send a message out and call it a contact. They have to get back to you. And now we're just going over some scripts from the TLR Script Simplified Workbook, giving you some options on reaching out to people. And at the end of the script we just went over, the starred one is buy, sell, or invest in real estate. But probably people are going to be like, I don't know, I can't think of anyone, but sure, yeah, I'll help you out if I think of someone. But if you give context to what that means, it can get their brain going, get their antennas up, and they might notice stuff. So what if we use the next one? Who wants to read the next one to take it one level further?
You may recognize someone with an upcoming real estate need if they just got married, had a baby, got a job promotion, or kids have moved out of the house. By chance, do you know anyone right now that may have an upcoming real estate need?
So what are they really tying buying, selling, or investing to?
Getting new clients.
Well, yeah, but as far as the people that if it's not themselves, they're going to notice these things. These are life events, right? Like if you just say buy, sell, or investor in real estate, you don't always see people saying, hey, I'm going to go buy a house on Facebook, for example. But you see people celebrating job promotions, having babies, getting married. So if you connect those two for them, that might connect to them when they see these images, and they might think of someone. You might get a call another day or two. So
Gotcha.
Giving them that context can go a long way, right? So don't skip over the script booklet. A lot of good stuff in there. And lastly, I love this. This comes right out of it. You'll hear it when you watch the videos. Be interested, not interesting. Right? What's that saying?
To be interested, I guess, to really just pay attention to what the person is saying.
Yeah,
Make it about them, not about you.
absolutely. Yeah, exactly. All right. And on to the next. So every day we're going to be having 5 contacts a day, or whatever number fits your goal. And every week we're going to be doing 10 handwritten notes. It can be on a variety of things, but let's brainstorm it a little bit. What can we write handwritten notes about? For past clients, for friends, for family, current clients?
Can we send like I just sold a property. So if I want to market to other homes in that neighborhood and I send them mailers, will that count as handwritten, or does it have to be a handwritten note?
These have to be handwritten.
Okay.
All right. But I still encourage you to send those mailers. So why is that a good idea, first of all?
Because they saw
Which
that
one, the
house.
handwritten notes?
Or back to just to what Tarsha's saying, that she's going to send out something to the people around the neighborhood where she just sold the house.
So she can find other sellers,
Yeah.
or find someone that may be interested in selling, or it may actually go out to someone that's renting that's interested in buying. So just to get leads.
Yeah, exactly, to get leads. And there's a better chance than just sending them randomly. Statistics show that once one house sells in a neighborhood, 2 more will be listed within 3 to 6 months. I forget what the actual thing is. So it probably doesn't hurt to make it part of your process to have that sort of follow-up after a sale. Now we're talking handwritten notes versus mailers. It's more personal, right? And they've actually found a higher conversion rate for handwritten notes, meaning more people are going to respond to a handwritten note than they are a mailer. Now with Tarsha, what she was saying, what we talked about earlier, is I do the same thing, but I handwrite one with a G2, the like gel pens, and then I scan it in my computer and have it printed out at Staples for 17 cents. Because I'm not going to write 70 handwritten notes. You know, it'll take me forever. I have terrible handwriting. It'll just get worse over time. But I have a broker I work with. He's been writing handwritten notes for this 20-year career. He even has machines that write them for him now. And he found a 5% conversion rate, meaning you get every 100 you send out, you'll get 5 responses, versus a mailer that has 1, sometimes 3 if you're lucky, responses. So totally worth it, but there's a little trade-off of time and money, right? Mailers are a lot easier.
So who are,
I'm sorry.
no, go on.
Can you say that again? You write the note and then take it to Staples and have it printed?
Yeah, but I actually send it to Staples because what I found is you can get it printed for cheaper by sending it and doing it online than if you go in and just stick your phone up to the copier machine there. But
Okay.
Yeah, I do handwrite, and this is time consuming. I do it when I'm watching TV or something. I'll handwrite all the envelopes just because it looks like when you pick it up, there's a difference, right? When you see a handwritten envelope, you're like, oh, this is a person that's reaching, it's more personal, right? Reaching out to me. But last thing I'll say about that, then we'll brainstorm. I'm just kind of yammering on here. But there are companies, for example, Corefact, that you can send mailers through. Each mailer has a QR code. That QR code is individual to the address that the mailer gets sent to. Meaning if you send out 100 of them, there's 100 different QR codes. So you know who took the time to scan the phone and see what comes up when you send them a mailer. If you want a 2-step process to get another touch, it probably would be worthwhile to take the time to write the handwritten notes to each of those addresses that actually took the time to scan your QR code. Get it? So we talked about
What
that.
was that website? I'm sorry.
Corefact.com. And I'm sure there's others. That's just the one I'm aware of, you know. So that's on the sell. Like Tarsha, were you the buyer's agent or were you the listing agent on that one?
I was the listing agent.
Okay, cool. So who has buyers that you're having trouble finding a house for? Bobby does. Depending on the market, some people say Armin is waving. Some people have that more often than others. What if your frustrated buyers got a message from you saying, what are your 2 favorite streets that you could possibly live on? And then you tell them, I'm going to handwrite notes and to everyone on those streets and see if anyone's willing to sell to you. Isn't that a good job for retention for a frustrated buyer? Isn't that an opportunity to get a listing if someone responds and it's just not the right house for them? So imagine if you did 10 of those a week. You're helping your buyer, you're helping yourself. All right, so we can lead generate with these handwritten notes. What else can we do?
You can stay in
can
touch with them.
oh,
I'm sorry. I mean, that's what you really want to stay in touch with them, so that they remember you either when they have a referral, or when they're getting ready to do something else.
Yeah. Do you have to mention real estate every time you write someone a handwritten note?
Now,
I agree. Denise, what were you going to say?
I was just saying handwritten notes, like you said earlier, they're personable. So somebody would remember it more if you write a note to them than just sending them a typed out card or whatever. I know that happens in my business all the time. So yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So if we're staying in touch with people, it could be their 1-year anniversary that they bought the home. It could be a birthday, right? It could be a holiday, depending. But it could also just be a life event, just like we said for anyone that wants to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. You see Facebook, Instagram, whatever you want to use it. I think Facebook more, the way you can put people in the custom lists and everything. That's basically a CRM, right? You can keep track of what all your clients are doing by being Facebook friends with them. Their kid has a graduation, they get a job promotion. Can't you send them a congratulatory handwritten note? Won't that hit a little bit harder than just a thumbs up on their post? Hmm. So one more idea and then we'll move on. Can be anything, can be very specific.
I send out cards, handwritten notes for the holidays.
Mhm.
And the women are always expecting it. And I just realized as we're on this call, like, God dang it, I didn't put the cards in the mail. So Mother's Day is Sunday. However, what I will say is when you follow that up in June with Father's Day cards, the fathers always say, nobody ever thinks of me. So they absolutely remember you. Later on, I've gotten so many referrals from the husband that says, oh, you better call Armina and tell her that so-and-so needs this, because I send them a card for Father's Day. And so even though they're generic cards, I just go to the dollar store and buy the 2 for $1 ones. I sign each one of them and I put a little note in there. Like I write a little note in there. And the husbands love it because they feel like they're always forgotten by the time you get to Father's Day. So they see a card come in the mail for her for Mother's Day, like, not getting anything. And then they do. So they really like it.
Yeah, it's perfect.
That's so sweet. I love that idea and I'm totally going to take it. Thanks for sharing.
That's
I
what
really
it's
like
about,
that.
right?
Thank you for sharing that. I really like that. I was staying in contact with my buyers by sending them things on social media, but I really like the idea of just writing it out, handwriting. So I will most definitely start doing that.
Yeah. And the last one is, I think we kind of said this indirectly, but just because. Reading the last one, hope you and the family are doing well. I'm writing because you've been on my mind lately. Want to see when we connect. Call me, text me, that easy. Another one that a lot of people use is, hey, I was just showing houses in your neighborhood. I hope you're still enjoying your home. Made me think of you, something to that effect. Just showing that they popped into your head, right? Oops. Ooh, video. All right, I'm going to give it away if I keep this up here. So we're doing one video a week. Veronica, I see you sent me a message. We'll talk about that at the end. I'll show you what to find. Okay. What are we doing video on? It says Facebook or Instagram, I think. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It can be TikTok. It can be YouTube, your social media of choice. But what are we doing videos on? We're going to have a whole week of this in track, but let's talk about it a little bit because that's 4 weeks from now.
Home videos, maybe
Yeah, explain.
like
Just-
touring and explaining the house, explaining like the square footage, showing like the highlights of the home, maybe.
Yeah, 100%, not maybe 100%. That's definitely.
So do you need to get, when doing that, should you get permission from the builder or they really don't care?
Check with your state. It varies state by state. Like in New York, if you expose, like if they're being sticklers, you have to have permission.
Okay.
I would check with Cassie or one of your brokers. Someone was saying no. Do you guys know more than me as far as Texas?
I just
Yeah,
have,
we
I went
can.
to, go ahead.
All right.
I went to one builder and they told me that, I think it was DR Horton. But it was in Ennis. They were the only ones that told me I couldn't show their name in the video. So I don't know if that's true because I've been to other DR Horton properties and they never said anything.
Okay.
I'm sorry, do you identify who you are? Like I went on Sunday and actually a friend of mine gave me the idea because I'm a new agent as of like April 1st. So I'm so new and confused. But that was one of the things that she suggested. She said, just go to like, model homes and like do videos. And she goes, that's what I do. And that's how I kind of started to get my client. So didn't even dawn on me. The lady, the rep told me, she said, if you want to just see the house, she said, you're welcome to just go. So I did. And I kind of started taking pictures for ideas because I love the decor. But also I started taking videos, but I did not take a video of the builder's name. I didn't do it because I didn't want it in the video, but I just did like a small one, but I didn't even ask. So that's good to know.
And why not ask? We're supposed to have contacts. Contacts start business to business. They count
Well,
too, right?
Yeah, and she was with someone actually when I came in, so I just kind of went into my own world. So I will ask the next time.
I would think that most people would want the exposure in whatever way, shape, or form, especially builders, but yeah, I don't think it would hurt to.
I usually just go in, introduce myself, and then, like you're saying, most of them want you to video because they want you to bring more attention to them.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
always show the name of the builder because I want them to pay attention to what I'm saying or what I'm showing so they can come ask me, about the property. And I actually sold a house, or I have one is closed next week, but I have one from going into a model home and showing it on social media, and I got that client, so.
Okay.
It works.
You do list, you say you do mention the builder's name or you do not? I haven't been listening to builder's name, no.
And Julie, I would agree with that. Why let them go right to the source if you're trying to get clients?
Plus, they'll start sending you, like, whenever they have their incentives going on, you want to be on their list, for
Right.
them to send the information to you. So, yeah.
Perfect. All right, so we got home tours. What else? How many questions do you get asked by clients a week?
I usually get asked, like, where's the market right now? Like, I get that question a lot. Like, where's the market right now? So I guess a video explaining kind of where the market is right now, or how many houses are being sold at the moment or listed, and just kind of giving them an update on where it currently is, because a lot of people ask that question.
Perfect. And then any other question you ask, you think any question you get from a buyer, they're the only one that has that question? They're the only one curious about that? Probably not, right? You could have an ongoing list, and just if you need something, all right, what someone asked me recently, I'm just going to explain it and put it on social media.
Another good one, Kevin, I've done in the past is telling buyers what not to do while you're purchasing a home. So I'll do like a quick video, like these are things not to do. And then also for people, a lot of times people don't ask, they assume, well, my credit's not where it needs to be, because they may have a 640, but they think they need to have a 750, so talking about credit scores, the minimum credit score and the different loan types, talking about those things, because you really just want to give them, in my opinion, like a nugget, so that they reach out to ask you more questions about what you said. So that way you can schedule a buyer consultation with them and give them the rest of the information they need and get them with your lender.
Love it. You could also interview the lender too, or an inspector, and be the source of the source, right? It doesn't have to be you that's the expert. You want them to know you have a network of people, trusted professionals, and they can go to you for anything, right? So if you go to, let me share my screen again, page, I think 121. Yep, 121 of the workbook. It's got all these ideas. Most of them, if not all of them, can be turned into some sort of video. And then be creative. People want to know you as a person just as much as you as a realtor. Be authentic. Cool. All right. And then weekly challenges. So each week we are going to have a challenge, and these are meant to build on each other. And it's really not meant to be, there's a lot of them that you want to carry on even after that week is over. Take the first one, right? 4 weeks of coffee lunch dates with my top 50, my MVPs. And when you get into track, you'll see those are called your core advocates. So you have your whole database, but there's only a segment of that are your biggest fans, right? The ones that are going to shout your name from the rooftops when anyone says real estate. Those are the people you want to pay special attention to, because most of your referrals will come from that. And chances are the people you care about the most anyway, right? So the goal in track, let me move my Zoom thing right in the workbook. Where is it? There we go. So if we come down to page, well, before, I'm just going to go start from the top here. I'm going off on a tangent, but you're going to have this list of everybody you could possibly know and then some. So in this first week, you want to get all these people in your database best you can. Friends, family, the people you pay, give money to, because they should be supporting you as well, right? You're all business owners. Everyone you run into, and then there's a top 100 from there. So put those in a list. Who are the people you're going to spend the most time on through just regular contact, video, phone calls, video text. And then even within there, there's those core advocates, those 50 people that are your most trusted, most loyal folks, right? Half of them personal, half of them are in the business. So these people, as we said, are going to send you referrals. There's 25 personal ones, 25 professional ones. What if half of them sent you one referral every year? How many homes would you sell? Denise, I can read your lips. She said 25. She got it. So yes, your mind should be blown. I'm not seeing the enthusiasm only from a few of you, but technically we are saying if you take a couple people that you already like, already enjoy spending time with, to lunch a couple times a year, you might be able to hit your goal. Does that sound bad? Is that an important component of your business? Is that probably the easiest form of lead generating you're going to do anyway? Chances are, if you're that close, you want to see them anyway. Right? Wow. I don't lie solely on that, but that's huge. Right? So right now you got to fill it out. Can you fill that list? If you can, awesome. If you can't, awesome. It gives you a baseline. You have somewhere to start. And maybe your wins are just growing that core advocate list. Maybe your win is deepening a relationship with someone you already like anyway. Right? Because if we go back to that 5 to 25, if a cold database, people that don't know you, that's the 2% conversion rate. With people that already know you, like you and trust you, you're going to get to 5 to 10%, and you're going to hit your goal a lot quicker. So if we start this challenge in week 1, I don't recommend you stopping it in week 2. Fair enough. It doesn't have to be coffee either. It can be whatever you like, obviously. And then someone was asking about people that are out of town. We had an agent I worked with would send in with a handwritten note, a little tea bag, and say, let's have tea over Zoom. Be creative. You could do that as a pop by too. But what do you guys think so far? Are the wheels spinning? Is this landing?
So
is.
sorry. One of the things that was pretty easy this week was going through the top the 50 MVPs. There was a lot of missing information. So that gave me more intention about going on Facebook or asking Facebook, hey guys, do you have anyone that you recommend? And then the people that I got, and all of my people, what I did was just send out handwritten notes, just so you know, I'm starting this, business class, and I put you down as a reference, and your business means so much money. So it was just a nice little touch. So it was easy. It just flowed pretty easy into that. And there's so much more work. Like there's so many more people here that I was like, I don't have all this. So that was a good that was good homework. It was very intentional. So I appreciated that part of that.
Awesome. Well, I love that you said go on Facebook and ask for recommendations, right? Like that's going to get engagement on social media. People are helping you. People love to help you. Other businesses are getting supported. You're going to have go-to people when your past clients are reaching out. And then what if you invite those people and say, hey, bring your business cards, whatever pamphlets you have. You think they're going to say no to that? It'd be crazy to say no to that. Right? Thank you, John. Who else? What are you guys thinking?
It's a lot. It's a lot of good information. My concern, I don't know if it's concern but that I'm working full time as a teacher,
Yeah.
how I'm gonna make this work.
Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, I just know it's going to require a lot of commitment and dedication and just be disciplined about what I'm doing, so.
Yeah, and prioritization, right? And then you got to figure out your strategies and your systems of how to get into those conversations. I mean, writing 10 handwritten notes a week isn't too bad. Maybe mail it, you know, direct message through Facebook is a very easy way to correspond with people. And then it doesn't have to be immediate, right? It's like text. You can kind of get back to it when you can, right?
Right. As a matter of fact, the buyer that I have now was referred to me from a teacher just because she would see me on Facebook and knew that I was a realtor, so.
And you can also, because I work full-time also, so I automate a lot of stuff through Chime. So on Sundays, I just set up all of my, social media posts, all of that stuff through Chime and just have it automatically send out.
Through Chime?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And then live intentionally, right? Like what are you already doing that you could be more intentional about to have conversations? Is it at work? Is it when you're on social media? When you're on there, are you just scrolling or are you trying to connect with people and really get something going? When you're at the store, do you make sure I'm going to talk to someone? I got to go to Target. I'm going to talk to someone there. And then I got to go to the grocery store. I'm going to talk to someone there. That'll give me 2 conversations.
But how do you start those conversations? That's my issue.
I was just thinking about that and I don't know if it means that you wearing your badge or that if you have on some sort of clothing or logo or something, where people know what business you're in.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. And then you can get the fun ones. There's a lot of fun real estate shirts that start conversation.
Right.
And then you just start talking. If you're in line long enough, you can mention something about that, right? And not every conversation is going to lead to something, but you got to at least try. Just like if you're cold calling, right? I mean, when we're doing track and looking at the conversions, 50 to 1. 50 conversations to 1 closed deal. Doesn't mean that you're only going to get 1 conversation, but it's a numbers game. And that's why we're setting the number high, right?
I'll chime in on that. I have a 2-year-old. I use my kid to start a lot of conversations. She runs around to different people and says stuff, and I wear my realtor shirt. And that's how I really start my conversations. At the park with her, different moms. I mean, just different stuff like that starts my conversations with people.
Yeah, perfect. I think if you just have the mindset that you're going to do it, that's the change, right? And then once you're aware and you're observing, it's going to come to you, right? It's not going to happen every time, but you'll be surprised. So all that we're doing, well, we're building our business and we're doing the activities, the leading measures that lead to the outcomes we desire. But a big part of track, it's not just the information, it's developing the habits, the successful habits that you're going to need to do for your whole career to maintain that stable success. And when you create a habit and you're consistent, it turns into a rhythm. And when it becomes a rhythm, It's a lot easier and you're flowing, right? So all we're doing is building those habits, those rhythms that allow us to do our job description day in and day out. So as far as track goes, we have 5 things that we're doing. Lead generating, which is having conversations. Lead follow-up, which is having conversations. Going on appointments, negotiating contracts, none of which happen without having conversations, and then script and role play to help you have better conversation. So by the end of this 12 weeks, you're going to be good at this stuff and you're going to see results, and the results won't be instant. Week 1, after having 25 contacts, are you going to have a deal or a new client? Very possible, but it might not happen. It might not be till week 5 or week 6, week 7 that you start seeing the fruits of your labor. So you got to keep that in mind. And that's why it's important to focus and celebrate those leading measures, hitting your contacts, creating relationships, adding to your database, all that stuff, because it's going to pay off. You're planting seeds, right? All right. So that's what I got. I just wanted to be clear on the actions that we're going to take, talk a little bit about what each of them means, what you can do with each of them, so you guys can hit the ground running. Going forward, again, we're going to be hitting that stuff, doing it day in and day out. Some days you're going to get a big old goose egg because life happens, right? Still report that number, still write that down in your book. What I suggest, your system is your system. Everyone's brain works differently, but a possibility, and I think what will work well, is if every day that you're working, you're checking off your numbers in your workbook. When next Monday comes around, you're going to fill out this form. Let me show you the published view of it. Well, anyway, I'm looking at my version of it, but you're going to fill out this form, and then all our numbers are going to be aggregated into a spreadsheet, and we'll be able to look at them each week. Now, I can see it, Cassie can see it, but that's not the real intention. The real intention is to see what these numbers are telling us as an individual, as a group, right? Because if we're tracking this, numbers tell a story. It's the language of business. We might be able to glean something from it, whether it's the activity, we got to increase it, or is it a skill set issue at some point along the way from initial contact to getting them under contract. So every week, Cassie is going to give you a reminder. You'll get a reminder, say track your numbers. It's going to have the link to do so. But a little while ago, I did put it in Workplace. So you can go in there and you can bookmark that. Make sure every Monday that you report your numbers. All right. And then when we meet on Tuesday, we're again going to talk about the week 1's activities, videos, challenges, and wins along the way, and how you're going to apply everything. Are you guys excited?
I am. I have a question though.
Yeah.
Where are you finding the workbook? Because
Okay,
I didn't see that.
no problem. So once you're, where is it? Come on. All right, give me a second to pull it up. I swear I had it pulled up. I was ready for you guys.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
So a while back, there was this lady that I mean, this is not a person obviously you would talk to right away, right? But it could turn into potential business. So I was going through I was buying coffee. And so the lady in front of me, she bought my cup of coffee and she left like a bookmark with like a scripture on it. But she was a realtor because at the bottom it had her contact information. And I thought to myself, what a great idea, and so the lady at Starbucks said, oh, the lady paid for your coffee. And I was like, oh, how nice, right? At that time, I wasn't, a realtor, but I thought, what a great idea. So I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Make someone's day.
Yes.
That's so cool. All right, so you log into the Locker Room University. There's 2 things we can do. We can type track here, or I have a few more tabs than you guys just because of my access, but you guys will have a For Agents tab. You click the For Agents tab and hit track. It doesn't look like anything changed really, but if you scroll down now, you see it just filtered out the track course only. So once we're in here, everything we need is within this course. So on the side, we under Start Here, we have all of the stuff. So we got the checklist, we got the workbook, and we got the Script Simplified booklet, where I pulled those few quotes out from. If you click on this, you hit this little button up here and it downloads it as a PDF, and then you can save it. You can print it out if you want, or you can go to tlrtrackworkbook.com and you can get like a hardcover, nice binded book for $30. If you print it out like this from Staples, it's going to be somewhere between like 22 and 26 bucks anyway. So it's whichever one you prefer. You don't have to print it out if you don't want to, but I recommend it so you can actually fill out the activities and the exercises that go along with the videos.
I got mine off of Amazon and it came the very next day.
Nice. And it's nice, right? It's got a nice.
Yeah. And I didn't get the hard, I just got the paper back, but it's great. I mean, the very next day. So
wow. Cool. And you can't search it on Amazon. You have to have that TLR. I'll put it in the chat.
yeah, my friend sent it to me. I think I still have it if anybody needs it.
Yeah, I would like it, please.
Okay.
Because I'm on the website, but it's asking me to sign in or sign up. So I may not be in the right place.
I think you are. So did you get there from, so I would just go to reset password, put your email address in that you signed up for this course for, and then change your password to whatever you want it to be.
Okay.
And then once we're in week 1, it's everything you need's right in there. So all the videos are there. There's activities in the workbook that correspond with the videos. Like there's a whole video on your big why, and this is the worksheet that you're going to fill out. Go along with it. And it even tells you how long each video is, so you can time block for it each day. And if you need more help, we do have a schedule, a weekly schedule for each week to help you break up the work. Cool. What other questions you got? Oh, I put the web link in, but it was to only one person. There you go. Everyone good? Everyone know what they're doing? Everyone has their mission for the next week to have 25 contacts, 10 handwritten notes, coffee and lunch dates, social media videos, YouTube videos, and a lot of fun and a lot of conversations.
All of that is due next week? That sounds like a lot.
It is a lot. So we're doing 12 weeks of stuff. There's no way you're going to absorb all 12 weeks worth of material. Certain stuff is going to stick to you and speak to you more than others. Trust it. That's probably what you need in your business at the moment. It is a challenge because creating new habits is a challenge. And that's the hardest part of the course. And it's usually week 4, week 5 that you get a little tired. But that's why we have the big why exercise. That's why you're writing yourself a success letter, an apology letter, one of them in which you hit your goal this year, another one in which you didn't, so you can reference this stuff. Whatever you need for motivation, you got to tie it back to that, right? Because me telling you you need to have 25 contacts a week is not going to inspire you for 12 weeks. You have to tie that to something that's important to you, right? And revisit it as much as you need. Make it your screensaver, have a vision board behind your laptop on your desk, whatever it takes. And remember, success is boring, right? Because you like, let's imagine you figure out what does work for you. Then you got to double down on it and keep doing it. But what's fun is those results that come from it. That's not boring. And the life that you can create by hitting your goals.
That I agree with.
Cool.
Hey,
Well-
Kevin, the times are, it's 11 or the 6, right?
Correct, yeah, either or both. If you're really into it, you can come to both of them if you want. But yes, you don't have to choose one. You don't have to stick with one. Whichever one works better for your schedule.
But I got a question.
Mhm.
Can you go back on your computer again and show me where those videos are?
Yeah. So once you're in the course, it's broken up by week. Just hit the little caret. And they'll line right up. So it says like stop and complete. That means for the agent job description, you have to do something in your workbook. You watch this video, you have to do the exercise in your workbook. That's why it's saying stop and complete. There's a couple things that aren't in your workbook because we constantly add and we're evolving this program as we go. And if that is the case, you'll see this little blue box and you can download it from there. So like that 5 to 25 calculator, 71 ways to add new clients to your database. That's literally 71 ideas, not for you to follow verbatim, but to inspire you. Take the ones you like, ignore the ones you don't. All right. So I put my email address in the chat. If you have any questions, if you're having trouble getting in, let me know. I know there has been some people, I think I responded to everybody. Apologize if I haven't. Last thing I'll say, we are not doing the roadmaps. I've had a few people ask about the roadmaps. That is just, we kind of put a bunch of our courses and content into a self-directed path. Track is within that, but we're just doing track specifically. So again, go to 4 agents, all the way down to the track option. And from there, you'll be able to get into the course. If there's no more questions, go watch some videos, go make some contacts. I can't wait to meet you guys again next week and hear about all your wins and challenges and everything you learn. Cool?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.